How did you make the money to afford this car? How much money do you make per year? What's the best business to start right now? Do you have any advice for aspiring entrepreneurs?
Don't quit and don't be a
You're 16?
Yeah.
This is your car?
Yep.
Did you go to college? At what age did you buy this car?
I'm 25.
I've worked on Ryan Garcia's cars, Polo G's cars, Nelk Boys, we did Steve Will Do It, we did Aiden Ross's cars.
Have you ever been broke before?
I've been homeless.
No way.
I'm out of jail, man. I'm an ex-convict. I was homeless, on drugs, walking down 17th Street in Santa Ana at like 3 a.m.
What made you want to make the transition?
I went to jail and a lot of my friends, a lot of people I knew was there, and I'm like, dude, this sucks.
Yeah.
I can't leave, which I think is the point. Like, no one's nice. I'm like 140 soaking wet 5'6". I'm like, it's not the life for me at all.
Hey guys, so today we're at a car show here in Costa Mesa, California. And today we're asking V12 car owners what they do for a living, how much money they make, and any advice they have to afford a car like this. Charlie actually made it today, but he's networking with all the rich people. Oh wait, there he is. All right, let's get into this. What's your name, age, and what do you do?
Cole Jafari. A lot of people know me as Sick Boy Cole, but 23 and I trade stocks and crypto.
Nice. And then what car do you have?
A Lamborghini Aventador.
How long have you had it for?
Like 4 months now.
Do you have any other cars?
A McLaren 570 and a Tesla.
What's your favorite car out of all of them?
The Lambo for sure.
Do people treat you differently because you have a Lambo or because you have a V12?
Yeah, this sounds but a lot of homeless people come up to me and ask me for money.
Really?
Like at the gas station and
How did you make the money to afford this car?
trading and crypto, both of them together.
Nice. What would you say your biggest month in trading has been?
6 figures.
6
I
figures?
haven't cracked 7 though. I'm trying to. That's what my goal this year is.
Okay, nice.
In a month.
Like how much have you made annually through trading?
7 figures. I haven't hit 8, so
What do you think stops successful traders from non-successful traders?
they just give up. Simple as that. Like, I've done it myself where I've had 5 or 6 bad trades, and then that 7th trade would have been the one. But it just like mentally you kind of exhaust yourself, so you got to get past that. Some people get through it, some people don't.
Have you ever been broke before?
Yeah, I was working at a grocery store. Well, I was also in high school, so most people in high school are broke anyways.
How did you make that transition from being broke to being able to afford like a car like this?
Got successful in something, and actually stuck with one thing. Got really good at it, and then eventually you got to the point where you can do stuff like this.
Do you have any advice for aspiring entrepreneurs?
Yeah, I always say just don't be a 90% of gamblers quit before they end up actually hitting big. So that actually it's the truth, right? Don't quit and don't be a and you'll end up being successful.
What do you spend your money on?
Myself, my loved ones. I'm trying to retire my parents right now. I feel like that would be pretty cool.
What don't you like spending your money on?
Car repairs. Yeah, anything related to car issues, I don't like spending money on that. My McLaren's been in the shop for 6 months, so I had to get a whole new engine on that. So that's just hassle. That's the one thing I don't like about cars is the hassle about that stuff.
How much do you think somebody has to make to be able to afford a car like this?
Probably 100K a month.
100K a month?
Like 75 to 100K a month probably, comfortably, like consistently. For the McLaren,
Yeah.
like 50K.
What are your failures and what have you learned from them?
I guess it doesn't matter the specific type of failure it is, but just don't let it get to you. Use it as motivation to make you go harder. Sound a little cliche, but use it to motivate you, fuel your fire.
What's one successful habit that you think all successful people have?
Probably waking up early. Keep it simple. Just wake up early. You know what I mean? Like wake up around 6 or 7 and get your day started pretty early. You're already ahead of so many people.
Do you think money makes you happy?
Nah, depends. I don't know. I don't know if I've made enough money to get to that point where I could just, you know what I mean? Like just off on an island. So I don't know. I feel like that would be pretty cool, but maybe that's not cool. I don't know.
Did you go to college?
No,
Do you think college is necessary to become successful?
definitely not. No, a lot of people that I know are successful without it. I think it's a good thing though if you can get through college and also be an entrepreneur. I think it's a positive thing.
Thank you, dude. What's your name, age, and what do you do?
Gavin Wham, 16.
You're 16?
Yeah.
This is your car?
Yep, split it with my father.
What do you and your father do?
My dad's in private equity and he does gold mining in China, in Mongolia, and I just around with crypto.
Oh,
Meme
nice.
coins, yeah,
Nice. What would you say has been like your biggest trade?
4 years ago, I bought Solana just for fun, and it blew up recently.
So what would you say your biggest month has ever been?
Low 6 figures,
And then what's the most amount of money that you've lost in crypto?
$50,000 in one trade.
What would you tell the people, like how do they be successful with the crypto markets?
Don't be afraid to just take risks. You can't move forward without taking steps back, right?
Who would you say you mostly learned from?
My dad.
Dad?
Yeah, my dad does private equity, so he's in like stocks and shit.
What's a successful habit that you have learned from your dad?
Wake up early.
Really?
We work out together in the mornings, yeah.
Are you going to go to college or like being successful at such a young age?
For me right now, my main focus is school. So, crypto's just a side thing. It's just for fun, really, but I kind of just got lucky with it.
Do you feel like you need to go to college to be successful?
Honestly, I wouldn't say so. My dad dropped out of high school. He dropped out at my age, and he's made it, so.
Wow.
Honestly, I think you could be successful without college.
What's the backstory behind your dad's success? Why do you feel like he was so successful in his endeavors?
My grandpa was really tough on him. My grandpa was in the military, and he sent my dad to the military at 16. This was in China, so it was fine. It was legal. And yeah, he was just always pushed really hard. And he grew up in war in Mongolia, so I think that really shaped his character to make it out.
Do you have any advice for aspiring entrepreneurs or something that you learned from your father maybe?
Just gotta try. Just try everything. If one thing fails, move on, try the next thing.
What do you spend your money on?
Honestly, I don't spend that much money on a daily basis. This was just like one big purchase.
What investments are you looking into as of now and why?
Me and my dad, we're buying small companies in Hong Kong, London, and Paris.
What do your parents think about what you do?
He loves it. But my mom, she pushes me to try harder in school. She's more like academically focused, traditional.
What was the lowest point in your life?
I'm 16, I'm young, I haven't gone through that much yet. But when I first started trading with my dad, it was really rough. I started focusing on trading a lot more than I did on school, so I fell behind, and my mom was really mad at me. So she said some pretty hurtful things at the time, but we moved on, so whatever.
And how did you bounce back from that?
Kind of just completely pushed trading to the side, locked it on school, just getting like a 4.0 now.
How would you say people can balance school and also like a side hustle or trading or something like that nature?
I leave trading for the weekends, honestly, yeah. Weekdays, focus on school.
Who else do you like to learn from apart from your father and your grandpa?
I like TJR.
No
yeah,
way,
he's
really?
great. Yeah, he actually has some good tips.
Hey guys, it's Charlie. Hearing all these stories from these insanely successful business owners really has me thinking. Most of them started with nothing, and I hope that's giving you a ton of motivation to show you that you can also be successful starting from zero. And real quick, I wanted to share something that's been super helpful for me personally. It's called HighLevel. My team and I have been using it to build out everything in my business. My CRM, websites, AI automations, emails, and so much more. It's made me a much better entrepreneur myself. Now, I think every entrepreneur should learn how to use HighLevel. It's an all-in-one software that helps you build, automate, and monetize your business. If you actually use all their features, you save thousands by replacing dozens of tools. I know I have. Yeah, honestly, you guys, it's 2025, and if you're thinking about starting something, there's no excuse anymore. Tools like this exist to make it way easier to get going and actually grow your business. Yeah, overall, I truly believe that any business owner should learn this tool and use it. If you want to check them out, I'll leave an exclusive link down below in the description, and with that link, you'll get a 30-day free trial. I'll also send you my own personal templates you can start using, but only if you use that link. So now let's get back to the interviews.
What's your name, age, and what do you do?
Jay Cruz, 37. I'm a business owner.
So what kind of business?
Construction, development, and real estate. Yeah.
And what car do you have?
We have the SVJ, green wrapped on Red Bull.
Do you have any other cars?
Yes, a Ferrari 488, a Urus, white body, a Cullinan.
Which one's your favorite out of all of them?
The SVJ, 100%,
SVJ?
yes.
Does it attract a lot of attention?
It does, but I think the Urus also has a lot of, potential for attention, People love white bodies.
Do you think the attention is good or it's bad?
It's a 50-50. If you're doing it for attention, then you're not going to get what you want for this car. I do it for me. This is my dream car, and I got it, and it just, it makes me happy to try my drive it.
At what age did you get this car?
I was 35.
Do you have any advice for like aspiring entrepreneurs who one day want to have a car like this?
I would say, just follow your dreams and do whatever it's in your heart. Don't ever give up. Don't be afraid of failure,
Have you ever been broke before?
100%. My family was very poor, so it just kind of motivated me to be someone in life. And the 9-to-5 didn't cut it for me, so I just started open up doors with people that I know, and it just led me to where I'm at today.
How do you climb from the bottom all the way to, I guess, the top?
Motivation and just keep pushing. If you don't push, if you're not motivated, you're not going to get anywhere.
What would you say is like your least favorite part of owning a car like this?
Getting tickets. I got state ref yesterday.
What does that mean?
So basically I have to take the car to get inspected, basically put it back to stock so they can inspect, make sure it's legal. If not, the car's going to get towed, impounded, and I will never see it again.
How much is that going to cost?
A lot of money.
How much money do you make per year?
I mean, to afford this car, you have to make a good amount of money, you know?
Yeah. And then what do you like to spend your money on aside from cars?
Food.
Food?
I love to eat.
What's one successful habit that you think all successful people have?
Drive for doing things and discipline. Discipline is number one. You know, if you want to be successful, you have to be disciplined.
What would you say has been like the lowest point in your life?
Just partying and drinking, you know, focusing on just having fun with my friends and not focusing on my future. You know, spending money on bottles, clubs, being hungover every single weekend. I changed that and I'm super happy now.
How did you get out of that? Because a lot of people get stuck in that like rut.
Surround yourself with good people, surround yourself with people that want to be successful, and that's going to change your lifestyle.
Did you go to college?
I did.
Do you feel like you need to go to college to be successful?
Absolutely not. In my opinion, you don't need to go to college because you can do it yourself. It's not about what you know, it's about who you know. That's the key of success.
What are some networking tips that you can give to everybody?
I said expose yourself to, you know, people that are very successful. Go to places like this. You'll meet people that are very, you know, they're business owners or realtors, or they're gonna lead you to the right path where you need to go.
How do you portray yourself as valuable to someone who is very successful?
I can be a plug for a lot of things, so I can be a connection for a lot of people. So if someone's very successful, maybe I can bring some to the table, like, hey, this person knows this person can do that for you. So it's a network, it's a connection for everybody.
What do you think is the best opportunity right now for young people to get started in?
I would say real estate. Real estate is never going to go anywhere. Just invest, flip houses. Invest your money on real estate. Don't invest your money on things that are not going to bring anything to the table. If your money is making you money when you're asleep, you're going to be successful, for sure.
What's one high value skill that you think everybody should learn?
I say be respectful and humble. I think if you're humble enough, you know, people are going to respect you. So they both go together.
How do you stay humble with like such a luxurious lifestyle like this?
Because I came from nothing, so I know what it is not to have anything. So I think if you stay humble, God is going to give you everything you want.
I love it. Thank you so much, man. What's your name, age, and what do you do?
My name is Daniel, 25 years old. I'm a startup founder, and currently we're working in automotive AI.
How did you get into that?
We realized that, you know, the automotive servicing industry needs to be changed, and we just want to, you know, stand for the everyday people.
What car do you have, man?
I brought a Murcielago LP640.
Do you have any other cars?
I have a MP412C 2014. That's an MSO edition, 1 of 50.
What's your favorite car out of all of them?
I love the McLaren for performance, but when it comes to really feeling the car, this one is it.
Does it capture a lot of attention like on the streets?
This is actually my first day driving it on the road, but I would say so far a lot of attention. This is a very iconic car. They call it the Batmobile, and this is everybody's childhood dream car.
At what age did you buy this car?
I'm 25. Yeah, 25, and I bought the McLaren when I was 24.
Any advice for aspiring entrepreneurs who one day want to afford a car like this?
I would say hard grind. You know, there's no shortcut to success. You really need to, you know, go through a lot of things. And as Jensen Huang said it, he hopes, you know, suffering happens to you. So I would say a lot of times you need to go through some suffering to build that resilience. And entrepreneurship journey is not about not giving up, not really about how smart you are. You need to make intelligent decisions. But I would say, you know, being smart and being incredibly intelligent is only a factor into becoming successful, and resilience is going to be the main part.
What's been the lowest point in your journey?
Huge debt. I was, you know, at the very verge of bankruptcy, credit card debts, not being able to pay, you know, rent, food, all of that.
How did you climb out of that?
Hope, knowing that the work you put in today is not going to reflect tomorrow, but maybe if you continue every day, 6 months, 12 months, a year or two later, it's going to come to light.
Did you go to college?
Unfortunately, I did, because college is a complete waste of time.
Oh, that was my next question. Do you think you need college to be successful?
Hell, absolutely not. And I did it because of my background being, you know, in Asian culture, Asian parents, you know, you're always expected to be in, you know, to have a higher degree, higher education. But I wanted to drop out the first year I got into college. I didn't even want to get into college in the first place, because I realized, you know, what would be a better college would be a life college. You know, going through things, processing it, all of that, and learning from it. But I would say, unless you're going in for a specific skill set with, for example, engineering degree, doctor's degree, or whatever it is, but in terms of building business, entrepreneurship, there's no better college than, you know, just starting and failing.
What do your parents think about what you do?
They love what I do, and they're very supportive of it.
Has anyone ever doubted you?
Oh, a lot. They say the hardest people that you need to convince, they're always the ones that are closest to you. In addition to that, because we're in the startup field, we're in VCs, we've gotten rejections from hundreds of VCs when we're trying to start this off. 4 years ago.
What's one successful habit that you think all successful people have?
I don't think they ever clock out. I don't think successful people ever clocks their brain out. It's really work, grind, 24/7, 365 days a year.
If somebody's broke right now, what's that first step that they have to take to be able to afford a car like this in a couple years?
I think the first shift is the mentality. You need to have the right mentality because you need to first off believe in yourself, believe that you can get out of the situation that you are in right now.
Dude, thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
What's your name, age, and what do you do?
My name's Nasser. I'm 27 years old and I own an exotic car customization shop.
And what car did you take here today?
I brought this Lamborghini Revuelto. It's a customer car of mine. He brought it to us. He just bought it brand new and we did a full body stealth PPF on it.
So you work with a lot of big clients, right?
Yeah, 100%. Good amount of celebrities, athletes, and stuff like that.
Can you name any?
A lot of Polo G's cars, Ryan Garcia's cars. We did the Nelk Boys, we did Steve Will Do It, we did Aiden Ross's cars. A few football players like Keenan Allen.
How did you get your name out there?
Dude, it took years, bro. But again, it's networking. Going to events like these, I'm bringing the car out, kind of showing other V12 owners that we're reputable enough to work on their car. We have a name and we know how to do it.
How do you build trust in those interactions?
You do the job right. Don't take shortcuts. Make sure you're always honest. Don't ever take a shortcut. It will burn you. Make sure you have a solid team that's working on these cars and just have really good customer service.
What's your favorite car that you've ever worked on?
We just recently did a Bugatti Veyron, the Grand Sport, so it's a convertible. And then we just PF'd a full carbon Senna, which was really cool.
Do you have any advice for aspiring entrepreneurs?
Just listen to your gut. Only take advice from somebody that you'd want to be.
What's the common trait between all your successful clients?
They're all business owners or family money.
Is there a certain habit that you think all successful people have?
They don't make excuses. If you're a business owner and there's a problem, you're very good at finding solutions. That's what makes a good business owner.
Have you ever been broke before?
Of course. I still don't feel like I've fully made it, It's a never-ending chase.
What's the number one tip for somebody to go from broke to, being successful?
Invest in yourself. It's not hard for someone to save $10,000 in today's day and age. If you really cut back spending and save 8 to 10 grand, you could start a good business for sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you, man. What's your name, age, and what do you do?
My name's Chris Wheeler. I'm 34 years of age. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm in the health space. I'm in the distribution space, real estate, automotive. Pretty much whenever I get bored, I just start a new company.
Nice. What car did you bring here today?
I brought my Revuelto and my SF90.
What other cars do you have?
I have a Porsche 911 Turbo, a McLaren 750S, a Urus S, a 4x4 G-Wagon, and a Cyber Beast.
Dang, that's a lot. What's your favorite out of all of them?
At the risk of sounding pretentious, it's kind of like shoes for me. It depends on the day of the week what I want to take out,
At what age did you buy your first supercar?
I was 30 years old when I bought my first McLaren.
Have you ever been broke before?
I've been homeless. I'm out of jail, man. I'm an ex-convict.
How did you go from that to all of this success?
I got out of jail, was riding a bike. I was going to McDonald's every day. It was the only place that hired me with a record. And I just was like, you know what? The friends that I had, the parties I was going to, I was getting the same thing, the same results as all those people. So I cut a lot of people off. I cut out partying and I said, I'm just going to work for the next couple of years and see what happens. And one thing led to another. I got into sales, had an opportunity to start a business. I was 23 years old. And since then it was pretty much history. So I haven't really seen a reason to go back.
What was the lowest point of your life?
I was homeless, on drugs, walking down 17th Street in Santa Ana at 3 a.m.
And what made you want to make the transition?
I went to jail and a lot of my friends, a lot of people I knew was there, and I'm like, dude, this sucks.
Yeah.
I can't leave, which I think is the point. No one's nice. I'm not very big. I don't know if the camera adds height or weight, but I'm 140 soaking wet 5'6". I'm it's not the life for me at all. And I just want to try something different. I was sitting in court. Behind it is a holding cell. And that's where I was. And I was sitting with a 50-year-old gentleman that was homeless like myself. And I don't know, my life flashed before my eyes. And I'm like, that is what I'm heading to.
What's one habit that you think people need to give up to be successful?
Being right. Yeah, you got to remain teachable. You have to remain teachable.
Any advice for aspiring entrepreneurs that one day want to own a supercar like this?
I didn't even know or even look at supercars until I had money. I put everything out of sight, out of mind as far as money is concerned. You look at on Instagram, YouTube, and you see these guys flashing money and stuff. That's not really what it's like. At least for me, for the first 6-7 years, I didn't really have a lot of shit at all. I was just building and grinding trying to get mine. The amount of work that I put in, the money always follows.
What's the best business to start right now?
Oh, real estate's booming, or get into tech, or like everybody else has their thing. But for me, like I have to be super passionate about whatever industry I'm going into to have that drive. 'Cause otherwise, I'm just gonna say, yeah, I'm over it.
How can people who come from the bottom and who are broke, how do they find their passion?
Most Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Like it can be tough to find your passion, but it's easy to say and play the victim and say, hey, it's tough. I don't know what I'm passionate about. I don't know what my hobbies are. To that I say, try anything and try everything.
And what are some good book recommendations for people?
Winning Friends and Influence Others by Dale Carnegie. The Way of the Wolf, Jordan Belfort. I know kind of controversial. Grant Cardone has a couple good ones.
What would you say to your younger self?
Do not be afraid. Fear is a constrictor. Fear is paralyzing. The only way you're going to win is by taking massive action. And you sitting here and overthinking, it's going to take you way more time. So do not be in fear, because the thing is, 1,000 people want to start a business, 990 will fail because they're in fear. So
Thank you, man. All right, guys, that pretty much wraps up the whole entire video. As you can see, everybody's leaving. We talked to a lot of cool business owners and entrepreneurs. Comment down below what was your favorite piece of advice and what was your favorite car. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. I'll see you guys in the next video.